Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moving the Magnets. Tonight, teams get released at 6:20. And if you're looking for a couple more reasons to G up for Saturday night, I've got two for you. Goey and Bobby Hill in. It's time to talk all things black and white. And here we are. Thursday night. Goey, Bobby Hill confirmed playing. What have you say about that, chat? Let's just start right there. What do you feel? How do you feel about Goey in? First and foremost, I think that's going to be the bigger conversation out of the two between Bobby Hill and Jordan Goey, because we've been talking about this all week, haven't we? Some of you, yes. Some of you will no. Some of you were VFL. Some of you were sub. Some of you were rest. Some of you run laps. Where are we now? Where are we now? Let's ask the question. Start a poll. Are you confident? Choice word. Are you confident with JDG's confirmed? Wait, are you confident with JDG being selected via the Lions? Are you confident that? Are you confident of the coach's decision to select JDG via the Lions? Let's maybe that's the right question. Are you confident of the coach's decision to select JDG versus the Lions? Yes, no. Can I tell you after the game? That'll be a good one. That's a tongue-in-cheek response. Now let's go here. Move that here. It's a tongue-in-cheek response. Simply, I need the submit button. Where's the submit button? Get rid of that. Here we go. Submit. And get that back in. So I feel it's a tongue. The third option is a tongue-in-cheek, because I know a lot of you are going to have lots to say about Goey after. Ben Zero, let's get started. How good are these ins? Let's see if my prediction of starting Jordy plays out. Pumped to tame some lines. Good curtain raiser today. I reckon you'll fall just short of the mark. I reckon he'll be the sub, but that's close enough. Thanks to the 5. You know what, guys? By the way, I feel like this brightness, I've been watching back some of my videos, and I feel like the exposure on this is a little bit low. So while we're here, I'm going to quickly adjust that. Bear with me. Is that better? I think that's the play. Let me know in the chat. Who's here? Steve-O, welcome. Baz, good to see you. Why can't I scroll? I guess I'll use this. Timmy G'day. I think it's imperative that we win this week. Throw them in. Pendles, JDG, and Bobby. Yeah, Pendle's name seems to get forgotten in this whole conversation of selection this week, because he was simply managed and whatnot. So it almost feels like Pendles hasn't missed. Up the pies. Frampton, Pendles also. Well, we're not too sure about Frampton Dad, because Fly said in his post main training interview that they might play Frampton through the reserves again, which I'm not a big fan of. Ella de Manny Kostolopoulos. Ella Vlaka. Southeast Wolf, welcome. Only thing that worries me is the 5-day break after Brisbane. That's why I'm saying, just if we're going to play Goey, play him as a sub. Sub against Brisbane, sub against Hawthorn. Worst case scenario, you plan ahead. Now that we're here in the realm of selecting Jordan Goey, I'm going to give two more hypotheticals. One of them being Jordan Goey starts against Brisbane, and then you rest him against Hawthorn because of the quick turnaround, and then bring him back to travel to Adelaide. So there's that. Or Is it JDG sub, and then just play him through? Chris, welcome. I'm good, mate. How are you? Murphs, you'll back the coach always. Fair. I'm with it. Evening, legends. Good choices by Fly. Need to play the big guns for a clutch game. I think we're all feeling that, aren't we, Dom? JDG, Pendles, Frampton, Bobby, the 4 expected ins, right? We'll actually open up. Good. Thank you for reminding me. Let's have a look at the predicted 23. And we call it the rolling predicted 23 these days, don't we? Because there's just so many things that chop and change throughout the week. So I call it a rolling predicted 23 rather than going out on a limb early in the week on a Tuesday saying, yeah, this is our predicted 23 full stop. I think it's better if it's just a rolling one. So where were we? I think we were here. Okay, this is where we're at. Let me green that and then I'll share it. Alright, here we go. Alright then, so this is where we were at. This was before we heard Bobby Hill and the Goey were going to be... Oh no, is this best 23 that we have here? Yeah, it is, sorry. I've got to move these back. So this was what we did, because we did a best 23. We did do a best 23. But based on availability. Give me a second, guys. Let me just rejig this. Who's here that's not playing? That's it, yeah, guys. Let me know in the chat. Am I right there? Huge game this week. Huge. Welcome, Woody and Burki. Guys, am I missing something here? Is this right? So we're not too sure about Frampton yet, right? Are we? I feel like I've got something cooked here. Freddie Jong, where have you been, mate? Where have you been, Freddie Jong? Haven't seen your name in a while, have we? Who's here that shouldn't be here, and who's probably someone here? No. Give me a hand, chat. Titch in, Pendles in. Like Frampton, McCreary. There we go. Thank you. See, it's not just your pretty looks there, Malaka. It's not what we got you here for. Maybe keep Markov in, perhaps. Keep Markov in, yeah. Frampton, McCreary shouldn't be in. Yep. We don't know if Moore's out, but that's a conversation. I'm not overly confident that Darcy Moore will be playing. We'll talk about that in a moment. So right now we've got one. No, Markov is just a hold. He's not a... I'm not overly confident, Chris Talbot. If Dean is dropped for Frampton, but then listed as emergency, it means Moore is still 50-50. Yeah, that's a fair way to read into that, Benny. If we get Darcy Moore listed today, it is no guarantee even then that he will play. Should we cough up more for DC and an extra year for Checkers, or trade both to get capital for Ben King? Thing is, Tim, we don't truly know how much is in the piggy bank and what the salary cap space is around this whole discussion about salary cap and whatnot. So the question is, can we already afford Ben King next year with what we have, or do we need to ship off a couple players who are wanting more? That's probably more so the question we need to answer. So this is, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ins, but I've only got. Oh, we got... Okay, sorry. Okay, you guys missed Ned Long. Hello, wake up. I think Ed Allen misses. You guys need to wake up. Ned Long's not getting dropped this week. Come on. Switch on. Let's go. So, I think Allen misses if there's 4 changes, yeah? Seems about right. And then... Who would be the sub? I think we said Goey would be the sub for this game, most likely. Go here. All right, now that's our rolling predicted 23. Will Hoskin Elliott before Markov? I think we did agree to that, didn't we? So Markov out. Sorry. And Hoskin kicked 2 goals. He's not getting dropped off the back of that, is he? Yeah, fair. Allen over Markov? I think Allen might lose his spot. I do. Allen over Markov. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, I mean, it's not Allen over Markov. The question is it Allen over Will Hoskin Elliott? Will we ever find another Nathan Murphy? I can't. It's funny how that line, Nathan Murphy replacement. Look, the closest thing you'll get to it would probably be a Jack Silvani. It's either the Goey starts a sub or gets sub, provided we don't get any injuries. What are you guys saying? So yes, most of you are confident of the coach's decision. All right, now let's talk about this question then. De Goey's next 2 weeks. Starts versus Lions. Rest him against rest versus Crows. Rest versus Hawks. Or sub v Lions and Hawks. And sub. Alright, how about that? Other. If you have another alternative, like, for example, sub versus Lions and start versus Hawks, let me know. But I'm just going to put those 2 as the main options. Manny Titch. BC, how are you? With Jordy in, Tom Mitchell or Long will get dropped. You reckon we're in for a bombshell in about 40 minutes, Manny, huh? Stefanos, how are you? We miss Howard, but he's getting old. Spaniard, every time we verse Brisbane, we tag Andrews. Who will do it with 3 tools? Hoskin, Elliott, Reef, and Frampton have in the past. Does members do it? I can't remember if we did it last day. Good question. So what are we saying in the chat? The Goey's next 2 weeks. Start versus Lions, rest for Hawks. Most of you are saying sub versus Lions. Sub. What's the other one? What's the other option, guys? Are you saying start? Sub v Lions, start versus Hawks. Don't mind that one, RJ. I was thinking about that one. Mix, big call. Jordy will be player of the finals. Huge if true. Rest for what? He's rested for 15 weeks. How much more can we rest? JDG, says Dom. JDG to start against the Lions and assess from there. I like it. I like the hypotheticals. We're thinking it through. We should mail this off to Jared Wade in case he missed anything. Start. Benny, in an ideal world, start would be great. Crazy. It would be crazy good. What do you reckon? We're pretty happy. And, okay, so if Darcy Moore, let's do this. If Darcy Moore is out with a back injury, let's say, are we going to see this? Question, are we going to see this? If Darcy Moore is out, yeah? Are we going to see that? Or could we, like, I mean, even Frampton's not a guarantee. I think Frampton, by the language that Fly was using, I genuinely think Frampton is less likely to play than Charlie Dean this week in particular. So I reckon we could see this. I reckon we could very well see this. And then somebody must come back in. Oh, geez. From there, though, well, I guess that. No, maybe. Oh, God, this is tough. I'm thinking Markov or Allen. What do you reckon? I'll leave that here. What do you reckon? Markov or Allen? What are we saying? If Moore is out, put McStay defense. Have a feeling Fly likes Dean. It sounded like that, didn't it? They would have announced it today if Moore was out. No, they wouldn't have. Who are Brisbane's key forwards? Logan Morris, Eric Kipwood, Archie. Well, you know, let's have a quick look at last week. They had Lohman, but Lohman's, I mean, he's not a key forward, is he? Let's have a look here. Who's kicking goals? They got Charlie Cameron, who once again is not a key forward, but I'm just trying to think of the forward line. They got Sam Day. Is Sam Day playing, or is he injured as well? Is he playing in the twos? They've got Rayner, Logan Morris, Archie. It's a very much so a medium-sized forward line, and they actually got Darcy Fort trying to play as this pseudo key tall forward. Call it the Mason Cox role if you want, to a lesser degree, to a lesser execution. So it's very medium. So you know what, this forward line reminds me very much like of our side before we had McStay and Membry. I think this is very, very much how we lined up in 2023 and more specifically 2022. We've had this really strong small to medium-sized department of players, small to medium-sized forward department of players who just played above their height. Archie's great. Rayner does that. Bailey, Cameron. So that's where that is. Hawthorn are playing 4 talls now as well. Oh, they're playing with Marbior Chol, Gunston, Cal Shadia, and Mitchell Lewis. That's going to be an interesting lineup. Play Markov before Dean. Still need a high runner connector such as Will Hoskin, Allen, blah, blah, blah. Allen in. What are you saying regarding the poll? Sub versus Lion and sub versus Hawks and other is also an option that you guys really like. Now's the start of the game for the game condition. The best players need to be playing, so they will be peaking in finals. The aim is to peak for grand final day. Couldn't agree more. Elliot does well with one less Triple M. Is Rayner playing? He can give us problems. He is playing. It seems like it. Seems like he's playing. We'll go back to the predicted 23 because I want you guys to tell me for sure. Help me out here. So, if Moore is out with a back injury, and if McStay's to cover Frampton not being selected, because that would almost certainly happen, and Charlie Dean holds his spot, Allen or Markov? Simple in the chat. Allen, Markov, just simple. One word response. Allen or Markov? Tell me. I wait here patiently. Allen, Markov, Allen. All right, it's Allen. Okay. All right, it's like 70-30 Allen. So, sorry, Markov. Allen! If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Teams drop at 6:20. Absolutely, Buzz. This week is, very well could be a grand final preview, Mr. Dom. 100%. In a grand final, you'd want Markov over Allen. The question is Markov or Allen to the final spot if Darcy Moore and Billy Frampton aren't in the side. Allen just. Allen. That's the one, Badri. Badri knows. Badri knows. Need to sub off Dean. Steve. Here we go. All right. Let's go, Craig and Tim. Let's go. Can we manifest more playing instead of saying he might not? All right. All right. Well, you're no fun, Baz. Fine. We'll manifest Darcy. Darcy's going to be fine, guys. He's going to be fine. I'm going to leave it there. That's what I'm tipping. I'm going to leave it there. That's what I'm tipping. Alan, do we think Dan McStay plays back? He's been training a lot in the back, that's for sure. And when Darcy Moore has been resting in the last couple of weeks on the bench, Dan McStay, has actually been covering Darcy Moore. Let's have a look. Anything on Twitter? Anything on Twitter worth noting? Ooh. Carlton has now confirmed Kerno will undergo season-ending knee injury. Sorry, what the fuck am I saying? Kerno will undergo season-ending knee surgery in order to have him ready for pre-season. Kerner was adamant post-game last week that he wouldn't require surgery on a knee that has caused him issues during 2025. Jeez, unlucky. John Ralph, the Hawks are aware it's a risk to play all four tall forwards, but are keen to see how it works against a quality opponent. Chol will play backup ruck. Only 3 of the 4 will be on the field at one time. If it bombs, so be it, but Sam Mitchell's prepared to take the risk. Fair. Fair. Plus, that was sort of something we did against West Coast, wasn't it? When we had Charlie West, McStay, Membry, and Myercheck, we did the same thing. We just ensured that all 4 players went on the field at the same time. You got McStay out now? Yeah, no. I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave it as it was, as I had it. Carlton cooked, or expect some experimentation before finals. Bruh, I undid it, Manny. Sigare, halarase, malaka. Do we feel concerned that he hasn't had enough time in a VFL? Also, show us your beer. My beer? What are you talking about? I haven't got no beer. Yeah, so you reckon, like, RJ, are you saying experimentation from other teams or Collingwood or all-inclusive? What are we talking about, RJ, when it comes to expecting experimentation? Do we think Darcy Moore can ever be committed? Example, if we had a shocking start to season 26, would we ever omit our captain? Mate, tough question. I feel like Hawthorn play their best when their smalls get to work. I see that, but I do feel like in most final series, you do need some polarizing targets inside forward 50 to bail you out. Perfect example is GWS 2023 prelim final. Some of those contested marks. I felt like McStay took 2 really critical bailout contested marks inside our forward 50, which in the end helped us get over the line, didn't it? I've got McStay out. You guys are all right, Melissa. All right, now you're working me up. I've got McStay here. I told you, I undid it. If Darcy Moore and Billy Frampton not in the side, this is how we line up. Come on, champs. Is that the Collingwood soccer strip? Nah, that's Umbro. Umbro, innit? About to run through a brick wall. AB, Buzz, why do you use that finish line flag? What does that mean? Is that your thing? The finish line flag? Is that trademark AB, Buzz? First quarter on Saturday night will decide the game. Brisbane will start like a rocket. Pies need to be switched on. Welcome, Stewie Peters. Charles pressure is elite. Yeah, that's true. But that's the same thing about our key tools. Their pressure at ground level is pretty superb within itself. Everyone is tripping with McStay. Yeah, I know. Fly will try a few things in preparation for finals. Others, you see, look, if you have time to experiment now, that time is this week and this week only in Collingwood's boat. We've seen pretty much every makeup. You've heard Perryman go to the midfield, Houston go to the midfield. You've heard, what else have we heard? Josh Dacos in the middle. We know all the type of variabilities we can see in our side. The only experimentation we can see, or that we would welcome with open arms, is maybe McStay in the back line. Maybe. In the case that there are key tall absences in our back line. No Jeremy Howe, no Frampton potentially. Darcy Moore, what are we saying? We don't have time to experiment. That's what I'm saying. How about Crispy sub against... So, Benny, Crispy was only sub that time because he was on the out. He was seriously about to get dropped. I remember the start to Crispy's 2024, along with a bunch of other passengers, was pretty subpar, wasn't it? Time to settle the side, says Dibber. It's more you don't play your hand until it's time. Murph says we don't need to try shit. We know our best playing our way is good enough. Spot on. We know what works now. Like the final experiments that I have in mind that have already been used and we've seen work, like as a tick. Josh Dacos in the midfield at times will be a tick. Tom Mitchell and Ned Long, in my opinion, is still an experiment. They're 2 and 1 when playing together. Let's see how this game goes, and then maybe we try it again against Hawthorn. But from there on out, that's all I'm willing to see. And McStay's been tried as well, swinging into the back line. I don't think he's going to be there on a full-time permanent basis unless something radical happens. Welcome, Ken. Do we think Sidey is wasted on the wing considering the dominance inside early in the year? It's a good question, Matty. Problem is, who do you take out of there? And you could say the same for Jack Crisp. Could dominate as an inside-out mid on ball. Josh Dacos can do the same thing. I'm sure Perryman would rate his ability to impact through the middle at times. So there are players who will sacrifice for the sake of allowing better players, better suited players in that midfield makeup to play together right now. Pez is probably our best role player. Watching him live, he is the epitome of a great role player who understands where he needs to be at all times. If you watch these videos, you know what, mate, I might even pop it up. Let me see. What did I do here? I did a video on what I loved about Harry Perryman going into this season. Let me show you. I'll show you quickly. I'll show you snippets of it. Why Collingwood signed Harry Perryman, I think was the video. Do any of you remember that? Why Collingwood signed Harry Perryman? Wondering if my video will pop up here. The game that made Collingwood buy Harry Perryman.
Ladies and gentlemen, believe me when I...
All right, let me see. Share screen. This is what I... Whoa. All right.
Fremantle is the reason why Collingwood signed Harry Perryman. Ladies and gentlemen, believe me when I say this game against Fremantle is the reason why Collingwood signed Harry Perryman. And at face value, you look at the stats, it doesn't shout anything. But if you look at the intricacies of this game, you'll see exactly why Fly is licking his lips about getting Harry Perryman to the Collingwood Football Club. All right, so let's get going. I've got my drawing tools out. So we see here, Perryman with a really nice tackle on Switkowski, one of the premier small forwards in the game. And then here, Harry Perryman stands up strong, takes the mark in the hands, looks for a pass inboard, and he's got the overlap, and straight away we can see he's looking to keep the ball rolling, which is an important trait. I think he will really help our build-up from the back line. Even as a midfielder, I think he'll be important in that chain, and we'll see a lot more of that in this game. And that gets a mark by Jesse Hogan as well. Here, really good body work by Perryman there to get some separation from Switkowski again. And what I've noticed watching a lot of games of Harry Perryman over the last couple of years is he does very well on smaller forwards who are really good. Nick Watson, Switkowski, Who else has he played against? What else? Sydney, he plays against. Papley. He does really well in these scenarios. So it gives you an idea of who he will thrive against in the midfield and maybe who he could potentially struggle with more. But I think even against the bigger bodies, we've seen him in games against Brisbane play and match up on Eric Haywood. So we can see there's a lot of versatility already in his game. All right, so he's looking to get the ball moving. Handball receives are important. Okay, so what I want to point out early here is while he might not get the ball in this situation or impact this defensively, he's man tight with, I believe that might be Sturt there. And in stoppages, he's very attentive, very aware of what's going on. And this is a precursor. We'll see more and more with Harry Perryman. He loves having an assignment and having a role and a responsibility in these defensive stoppage contests. Really man tight. Like he beats this screen here from Brayshaw, gets over it, and still manages to stick with Sturt there, which is really important. Still with him, still got body on him, yeah? Is he playing the forward a bit too much? That's up for debate, but I think he does well here. And does he stay live here? This is the same play, okay? So here, he'll get the hands, he'll look inside, and what I talked about here, this is build-up 101. Really important that we see players like Perryman for Collingwood help us build out from the backline, and he'll do this every time. Overlap. It's called the GWS Surge, the Orange Tsunami. So he's here. This is not an average hand pass, but it doesn't give Perryman a lot to work with, but we'll see here. He already knows what he's doing as he receives it, and he's going to get Callahan, the handball received, to keep the ball in motion. So really good work all round there from Perryman. Perryman here. This one I love as well. Geez, this one is great. So
yeah, this one here is my favourite thing about Perryman. His attentiveness and awareness around his opposition within our D50. This is why I love Perryman, and this is what I was hoping he could bring to the game.
Perryman here. This one I love as well. Geez, this one is great. So let's bring it back here. Again, on Sturt, really mindful of where his body positioning is, has arms reach to Sturt to ensure that he knows exactly where he is at all times. Okay, still mindful of him, really on his toes here. Sturt, not so much on his toes. He's actually flat-footed, if anything. And he'll be the first one to react here. So he's staying active, giving an option. Sturt's daydreaming and ball watching. Harry Perryman's looking for an option to provide an option. And he kicks it to a decent 101 contest between Peatling and Warner there. What happens here? I think we get a nice tackle. No. Perryman clean.
All right, that'll do. You get the point, right? That is Perryman in a nutshell. Now, am I hearing Darcy Moore will be out? Is that the word on the street? Is that what we're hearing? Looks like Tommy McGuan playing VFL again this week. That will be good to see. It's important, guys. McGuan only got invited to the state combine, so only less than 4 clubs nominated to see him at the combine. You need 4 or more clubs to nominate for you to be in the national draft combine. Where is this Xander? Where is this Xander? Am I not? I am following Xander. Why am I not getting his notifications? You guys capping, or is that just on Channel 7 and it hasn't made it to Twitter yet? What are we saying? Yeah, I'm not seeing this Darcy Moore thing, but need I show you again? This is what it looks like if we don't see Darcy Moore in the side. Did I get rid of the Canva? I did. Fuck. Mitchell out, says Peter G. Really? Mitchell has been dropped. 7 News. What are we saying, 7 News? What are we saying, 7 News, doing this at 6:06? Channel 7. Moore will play. Frampton will have one more week in the twos. Fly's not happy with him. Fuck. Why are we getting this at 6:06? They're breaking. This is our ritual, 6:20 ritual. What are they doing? Breaking it 14 minutes early. Mad crazy leaks. Trying to get ahead of the curve, dogs. Dogs. Mitchell's out. So he's been dropped, has he? I mean, why is this not on Twitter yet? Well, there you go. Like, Tom Mitchell, as soon as the Goey comes in, unfortunately makes way, and it also shows where our preference is, and that's with Ned Long. People are bullshitting? You reckon they're talking shit? Yes, I'll brush the dust off the TV. Have a sasa. If you guys are trolling, Mark's having me convinced that he's trolling. I was gonna say, you know what? Hey, fucking, watch yourself, yeah. Watch yourself. If I see you guys at the game. No. If I see you guys, hey. If I see you guys at the game, just watch, yeah. You better swerve. You better swerve because I don't cop that, yeah. Hey, D's, don't be talking like that. You had me. You had me for a second. Yeah, I was gonna. Titch is definitely out, says Peter G. I think I know what you guys are doing. I think I know what you guys are doing to me. All right, Mushroom Lady out, managed. Yeah, don't read that, Dacos. I won't read it out. I will not put that into the ethos. Titch got coach's votes. Yeah, if Fly McRae's giving Tom Mitchell coach's votes, he's not getting dropped. Surely not. Surely not. Mitchell ain't in our best 23, and it's blindingly obvious. Not trolling. Darcy Moore won't play, says Xander Maguire. 4K. I'm sore. My head is sore. I'm seeing nothing on Twitter. I'm getting rickrolled over here. I'm the troll, yeah? Hey, listen, I'm the troll. I troll here. You guys don't troll me. I'm untrollable. You guys are shitting me up the wall. You guys are shitting me up the wall. What else? What other song? What other song kind of shits me up the wall? How about this song? Wait. It's coming.
Ping pong. Baby shark, baby shark. Mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark.
All right, that's enough. Before I get copyright, it's probably too late. It's probably too late. Some have to get rolled with when the big guns return. You guys probably couldn't even. Could you hear that? I'm sure you could have heard that. Yeah. Half the team's out according to Xander in Channel 7. Crazy Frog? What if I write Crazy Frog? Copyright free. How about that? On the packet tonight, he reckons Dr. Cod. Funny.
Ding 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 ding.
I'm done. I promise I'm done. Definitely not my age gener, that one. I don't know why that one's in my head. What about, do you guys remember Schnee, Schnai, Snappy, 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 Schnapp? Schnee, Schnai, Snappy, Snappy, something like that? Some German song you'd have to learn in German class? Yes or no? Your kids went wild for a second? That's a good one. Yeah, right. I feel like a crack addict right now with the amount of times this following feed is getting a refresh on my screen in Twitter. You want to know what's trending for me on Twitter? What have I got? I got Diddy, American Eagle, Tsunami, and Donald Trump. That's what's happening in my world. What's going on here, Jen? What are we saying? Voidoid reckons Xander worked his way up with no connections. You see, I don't think this comment's valid about Thomas McGuan's performance last week. I feel like, one, the team played horribly collectively, but also how much time on ground did McGuan even have against Frankston? Eddie McGuire just told Xander to pull his head in. Fucking hell. What's going on in here tonight? We've all lost our heads. Gotcha. Bloody frog. Ain't keeping it jovial before the big game. Hey, trying to lighten up the mood before shit gets real serious for the next 48 hours. Not ready for this. Manny, I'm going to give you 5 minutes on the mic because I need you to put this chat back in line because they're walking all over me at the moment. I need some seniority in the chat. Manny, I need you, bro. Raya, Manny. Give me the quickest and best 5 minutes of your life. Manny.
Are you there?
Hello, Manny. Worried about Charlie, Dean, and Darcy Moore this week, playing against Brisbane this weekend. Fly throwing a curveball with Xander. Hey, Andreas, I'm not sure if you can hear. I'm just going to get Manny on because in 3 minutes, I got to do like the live reaction to the final flock. So I do apologize. Hello, Manny.
Yeah, come on. Ella!
Yo.
All right. Hey, clear. What are you doing, eh?
What?
Hey. The chat's lifted, bro. They're lifting the chat now. They've converted, bro. You can see them. They've all converted now. We know it's fucking crunch time. The big boy's back there. Jordy's back there. I'm celebrating, bro. Fucking oath. And I'm waiting for him 15 weeks, bro.
They're taking the piss, mate. Mitchell's
fit.
been dropped, this, that, and the other. What's going on? Where's the integrity?
Yeah, I don't think they can play. I don't think they can play Jordy, Mitchell, and Long in the same team. We'll see there. What the teams are around 5 minutes, bro. We're going to see now in a second.
Where is the honesty in this amongst this group gone? All integrity's been lost in the space of 10 minutes. Trolls. The whole community just became
bullshit,
trolls.
bro.
Is this how we cope? Are we all that anxious?
The video you made today. The video you made today there on ungettable. What do you think the players called him? Do you think the players called him and told him that they're frustrated? I watch games every week. They don't look frustrated to me. Do you think they called him and said, "Oh, Mr. Media Man, we're all frustrated. Can you report on it?" My like, yes. It's all fucking bullshit.
Can you sing me that song that you put in the comment section about Ungettable?
Ungettable?
Yeah.
Do you want the song from Dusty Moore?
Nah. Give us the gettable one.
Huh?
The gettable one.
You're never gonna pick up any fucking players. Never gonna pick up any players. Ungettable, talk shit every day. You're never gonna pick up any players. You're never gonna pick no one up. You're never gonna pick any players up. You're full of shit.
All right, and for those who missed the Darcy Moore one last night, give us the Darcy Moore rendition.
Darcy Moore's never gonna defend again the way he defended before. We should have known better that he's gonna spoil the ball, punch the ball over the boundary. No, he's never gonna defend again the way he defended before. Oh. Never defend again. The fucking wanker. He better be playing this week. If we haven't got Darcy, and we haven't got Frampton, we're finished. We're finished.
You got me red in the face, bro. Fucking hell.
You like that song, huh? What's it called? Something Whispers.
Careless
Something
Whisper by Manny George Michaels.
You heard it before?
Ella.
You heard it before?
Yeah.
If he plays like on my luck, it's coming out post-game show. Guaranteed. The fuck it. I'm telling you, we just hope they're going to give him, don't worry. They would announce it today with Jordy and Bobby. They'll give him to the last second to play. Because of his back soreness, we're playing on Saturday, they'll give him to the last minute. And they won't pull the trigger on him. It'll be all right, bro.
Benny goes in the chat, who spiked my drink? I think we're all at this virtual nightclub right now, and Manny's the head act. Mate. We're spiraling here.
We're ready, mate. We're ready, mate. It's monster game. We've got the big bull back. I can't wait. The big bull. He does things that no other player on our team does, apart from Nick. But he's a different player than Nick. Poor, I'm telling ya. I just pray to God he's got his power back. And if he's got his power back, it's Bobo Charlie.
Hey, give us no, stop with this Malakia. This is too nonchalant. Give me a 30-second Jordan to Goey G up before I got to do my final flock video. Go, quick, go.
Jordan to Goey G up, what?
Come on.
On the ground?
Now.
Ball goes up. Nick, Jordy, long in the middle. Long grabs the ball. Jordy runs around the back of the stoppage. Gives it to Jordy. Jordy handball to Nick. Nick back to Jordy. McStay coming out on the lead. Jordy, best kick in the team. From outside 50. Absolute bullet. Straight on McStay's chest. Oh, what a passage of play. What a passage of play. The Pies are back. The Raging Bull is back in the side. The Pies are back. The big finals players back. Let's go.
Let's go.
The crowd goes crazy. McStay from 45, bang, straight through the middle, back to the centre bounce.
Manny, you're like a crossbreed of Brian Taylor and Kelly Underwood combusted together.
Kelly Underwood, that's a bad fucking comparison. She's shocking it.
Dennis Committee and Brian Taylor. How about
that? Dennis Committee's a gun there.
Yeah.
What a commentator, mate.
Yeah. Hey, Malak, I got to cut you short. I got to go. I got to do the teams.
Teams are in.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final flock as we react live to the team outcome at 6:20 p.m. Timor make the side with that back injury that he's said to be carrying, having missed main training on Wednesday. Let's have a look. Let's waste no more time. Are the teams out? Let's select this little button here. And we still have nothing, but what do? We go to Twitter. We anxiously refresh. Mitchell and Allen dropped. Hold on a minute. What's going on here, Jen? Maybe you guys weren't lying. What about you dropped Todd Mitchell after coaches' votes? What does Oleg have on Fly? It's his love child, isn't he? What's going on here? Wow. No Billy Frampton as well. Wow. Okay. Let's analyze this. Ed Allen dropped. Tom Mitchell dropped. Sullivan injured. Obvious inclusions there. Okay. Darcy Moore listed. Charlie Dean off the back. I just feel like Fly likes something about Charlie Dean and has found it difficult to drop him after the game he had against Richmond, which we take with a grain of salt because it was only Richmond, but also factor in that Billy Frampton was not great in the VFL, and that's been my grave concern all week. If you guys have been following along, my grave concern with Billy Frampton playing in the VFL is it drops his confidence. And Fly's clearly not satisfied with something, as he spoke about in that press conference after main training. Ed Allen, emergency. Will Parker, emergency. Tom Mitchell, not even listed as an emergency. So I wonder if he plays VFL. I wonder that. He's not even here. Jordan De Goey is on the bench, but as too is Bobby Hill. If I was a betting man, which I am sometimes, I'm going to say Jordan De Goey will be the sub. I think Bobby Hill starts. Markov survives, though. But we did a poll just before. If it came down to Oleg Markov and Edward Allen, you guys, I think it was like 70-30 Ed Allen. So the 30% win out here with Markov there. Interesting. Wow. Was it Mitchell managed? Let's clarify. Is it managed? Let's go here. Or I'll do this. Let's clarify what's actually going on. They'll specify if it's dropped or managed. Is it here? Latest? If I go here. Axed pies, axe gun mid. So he's definitely been dropped. Let's see. We'll just confirm that. Omitted, not managed. Yeah, wow. Okay. Did we miss anything else? So if we go back to the teams, jeez, Billy Frampton missing, that hurts. Like, to be fair, from Fly's perspective, you look at their forward line, it's quite makeshift when it comes to their key tall forward department. They got Logan Morris and Eric Hipwood. Logan Morris is a kid. Eric Hipwood still looks like he hasn't graduated from high school, and yet he's somehow older than me. And then they've got a bunch of small forwards. So really, it's just more important that maybe we match up better with them at ground level defensively. Maybe that's what keeps Charlie Dean in the side. I know we've had our differences with Charlie Dean, but the fact of the matter is Billy Frampton did not play great in the VFL. Charlie Dean played well in the AFL. This is a smaller forward line, which would be better suited to a smaller defensive line. Will Darcy Moore be a laid out? Who knows? What's going on over here? Is there anything to note here? They didn't even bring in Sam Day, so they didn't want to try stretch us at all. Very, very intriguing. Pendles and De Goey back. Yep. Pendles will be a welcoming sign back into the side, and hopefully he doesn't need any more rest. It's all systems go now. So no more resting where it is seemingly unnecessary. They dropped Oscar McInerney. Wow. That's one. Okay, so they're going to be very small inside the forward line then. Even smaller than first thought. Because Darcy 4 with big O in the side, normally Darcy 4 will play as this pseudo key tall forward role that Mason Cox has sort of represented for the most part of his career. Except Darcy 4 doesn't kick anywhere near as many goals as what Mason Cox has done in the past. Selection integrity. Greatness says, at least you can say we've used some selection integrity when it comes to Dean/Frampton. I just don't know if at this point of the season we've got a large sample size of Billy Frampton proven at AFL level. We don't have that with Charlie Dean. It's a massive risk. If this is an experiment, let this be the final experiment of Charlie Dean this year. In another world, in another team, in another situation, Charlie Dean would have more time to prove himself and have more continuity, more consistency, more string, more string. We'll be able to string together more games, is what I'm trying to say. But it's risky trying to string games together for someone who had a half-decent game against Richmond. in lieu of someone who has been arguably our best key defender at times. That's my dilemma that I have with this decision. Ooh-wee. As I mentioned, JDG probably sub. I'd like to see Bobby Hill start. Would love that. McStay we're going to see more McStay in the back line. If Darcy Moore is sore, whether he makes it to the game or not, I think he will be managed throughout the game, minutes-wise, time on ground-wise. Weather for the game, I think it's going to be decent. I think it's like 15 and relatively clear. So from this point onwards, we have to bring in McCreary, Jeremy Howe. Is that it? McCreary, Jeremy Howe. And that's pretty much... And Billy Frampton, probably. But yeah, we're still not quite there with our best 23 going into the final series. A lot of what we saw at training this week was a lot of ball in hand for Dan Houston in a lot of drills. More than weeks gone by. So I think there is going to be a concerted effort from the team to enable Dan Houston. And maybe if that can happen, then this magnet can be played through the middle more. That's what I think about that. Fly's getting told to rest and manage players by Jared Waite. Well, he definitely leans on expert opinion, but at a certain point, you, that being the coach of the club, someone who's won premierships, understands that sometimes you do have to look past the strength and conditioning side of things, especially during the pointy end of the season. So there you go. Full faith has been instilled in Ned Long. Tom Mitchell, man, he's going to be feeling stiff. 29 disposals, coaches' votes. Had a pretty good game against... Isn't that ironic, though? Like, people have been internally and been publicly expressing, oh, we can't have Ned Long and Tom Mitchell on the same side. And then in the same week, in the same space of 7 days, the team have decided to drop Tom Mitchell. So it kind of looks a bit sad for Tom Mitchell, in my opinion. Even Tom Mitchell in the post game, I think it was when who was roaming? Strawny was roaming, and they were talking about how Mitchell and Ned Long laughing. Oh, Ned Long, Tom Mitchell can't fit in the same side, and then days later, this is what we see. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the final flock. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on selection. And as always, go Pies. That is the final flock video. So that will be put out after this. But you guys are here, so you won't need to rewatch that. Mitchell could get another look when the game slows down and is more contested in the finals. It's just, I understand horses for courses, but I just feel like around finals time, your best 23 is your best 23. In the NBA, it's a little bit different. If you guys watch the NBA in the finals, you see different lineups front the court. In 5-7 game series, adjustments are made because they play the same team over and over again. That's the difference. We're not playing the same teams over and over again in the final series. So I just think your best performing 23 need to be out there at all times. That's the point I make. Sad for Titch, but is that the last time we see him in 2025? Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have dinner and get ready for this cracker of an AFL game between GWS and the Flat Track Bullies Western Bulldogs. So I'll have a close eye on that. As always, go Pies.